Another day, another safety tips. What's fire tetrahedron? Definition and the 4 vital components. What's fire tetrahedron? The fire tetrahedron is a model that represents the 4 elements required for a fire to start and continue: fuel, heat, oxygen, or another oxidizing agent, and a self-sustaining chemical chain reaction. It's depicted as a tetrahedron, a 3-dimensional shape with 4 equal triangular faces, with each face representing one of these necessary elements. If any of these elements is removed or suppressed, the fire will be extinguished. 4 vital components of fire tetrahedron. The fire tetrahedron is a comprehensive model representing the 4 necessary elements or components required to initiate and sustain a fire. Each component represents a side of the tetrahedron, and the absence of any one element will extinguish the fire. Let's delve into these components in more detail. 1. Fuel. Fuel refers to any combustible material that can feed a fire in the context of the fire tetrahedron. This can be a wide array of substances, such as wood, fabric, paper, gas, oil, certain metals, and even dust. Different fuels have different ignition temperatures and burn at different rates, affecting the fire's characteristics. 2. Heat. Heat provides the necessary energy to increase the temperature of the fuel to a point where combustion can occur. This point is known as the ignition temperature or flash point. Heat can come from various sources like an open flame, a hot surface, an electrical spark, or friction. It is essential to maintain this heat for the fire to continue. The fire can be extinguished if the heat is reduced below the ignition temperature. 3. Oxygen. Fires need oxygen to burn. Typically, this oxygen comes from the air, about 21% oxygen. During combustion, the oxygen reacts with the fuel, producing heat, light, and new products like water vapor and carbon dioxide. This is a continuous process where oxygen feeds the fire, producing heat that releases more fuel vapor to react with the available oxygen. 4. Chemical chain reaction. This self-sustaining process allows a fire to continue burning once it's started. When the fuel and oxygen react, they produce heat and new chemicals in a chain reaction. The heat released helps to liberate more fuel vapor, which then reacts with more oxygen, and the cycle continues. By interrupting this chain reaction, the fire can be extinguished. Certain fire suppressants disrupt this chain reaction, halting the fire's ability to sustain itself. Difference between fire triangle and fire tetrahedron. Fire triangle. The fire triangle is an older model identifying 3 crucial elements for a fire: fuel, heat, and oxygen. It illustrates that a fire can't start or continue without these 3 components. Removal of any one side of the triangle, be it the fuel, combustible material, heat, required to increase the fuel to its ignition temperature, or oxygen, required to sustain the combustion, would effectively extinguish the fire. Fire tetrahedron. The fire tetrahedron is a more modern and comprehensive model that adds a 4th element to the fire triangle, the chemical chain reaction. This element recognizes that a self-sustaining chemical reaction occurs when a fire burns. The chemical chain reaction allows the fire to continue producing heat, which then liberates more fuel that combines with oxygen, thereby sustaining the fire. The tetrahedron shape illustrates that all 4 elements, fuel, heat, oxygen, and the chemical chain reaction, are interconnected, and removing any one of them will interrupt the process and extinguish the fire. The key difference between the fire triangle and fire tetrahedron recognizes the self-sustaining chemical chain reaction as an essential fire element in the tetrahedron model. This addition provides a more detailed understanding of how fires start and how they can be extinguished. Thanks for watching.